I gave myself a task and a goal, and that was to build this thing out for as cheap as possible, while still maintaining a certain level of quality to it. And what exactly is this, might you ask? This is a camera rig. So I have turned my mirrorless camera system into a mini cinema type rig. So I'm going to talk all about how you can build this thing out, and hopefully without breaking the bank. Let's get to it. Okay, so before I go into the overview of all the different parts in this sucker right over here, I think I'm gonna just talk a little bit about why exactly you might want to rig out your camera this way. The first and most important reason is it just looks freaking awesome. No, okay, I'm kidding. That's definitely not the first and most important reason to do it. While it does look cool, and it definitely will make you look a lot more professional when showing up on set for a job or a project, that is definitely not the number one reason to do this. This is all about efficiency, and I think getting into this stage of my career now, I've decided that being efficient is what's most important. So there definitely comes a time where you do want to start getting better things. You do want to start upgrading your entire setup. So this is where something like this is what would come in handy. So efficiency is what is the key with a setup like this. All right, so now we're gonna get into the overview and breakdown of what this whole rig and kit consists of. Okay, so first things first, we start off with our camera. Starting off with my A6300. This is my camera of choice, but you could use pretty much anything. Next, we're gonna go ahead and attach our lens to it. So now I normally use my Sigma 30mm f1.4 lens, but since I am currently filming this video with that lens right now, I will not be using that one. So I've got my good old Sony 50mm f1.8. Doesn't really matter, you can use any lens you want to build out your rig. Okay, so now that we have our lens attached to our camera body, we're now gonna put the cage on. Now I have a cage that is from SmallRig. It was made specifically for my camera, the Sony a6300. So you just have to make sure you are getting the appropriate cage for your camera. They are not one size fits all, but I believe SmallRig and other companies do make these for the specific cameras. So just make sure you're getting the appropriate one for that. I also got a side handle here. Now, SmallRig does sell these as well. I did not grab theirs because once again, we're trying to do this with as little of a budget as possible. So I went ahead and just bought some other random brand on Amazon that I will link down below in the description of this video. But I did go ahead and already attach that just to make things more simple. But this cage did just come, this frame as is on its own. I also attached the little mount to attach my follow focus knob or wheel. That I'll be showing later on in this video. It was just a little bit more work to screw it in and all that, so I didn't want to fully disassemble this for this video. So I did attach those two things on the cage from the get-go. Okay, so now we're gonna just go ahead and put the cage on. Okay, so there we have it. The camera with the lens attached now has the cage fully secured to it. Now, the purpose of the cage is so that we can add accessories to it. This will allow us to kind of build this thing out. This is the basis and the foundation of properly building a rig like this. Okay, so next we're gonna add a top handle to the top of our cage. It just makes certain maneuvers a lot easier. It makes certain maneuvers a lot easier. And once again, there are still more holes and mounts on here, so you can continue to add accessories. Before I do mount and screw this on top of the cage, I do want to point out this little thing right up here. I did add a separate monitor mount on the front of my handle. So now I'm going to go ahead and just screw this onto the cage. Okay, And there we have it. That feels nice and sturdy. Perfect. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is the base plate. So this right here is the base plate. This is another fundamental part of a camera rig setup like this one. The most important part is it allows you to add in these rails here. So these do come separate once again. I've just already put these in. So these just loosen up here and these slide in and out. I didn't want to fully take it out because I had it at the proper configuration for what I need. And the key is to have it kind of properly balanced in terms of weight. So once you've put all your accessories, your camera, everything on it, you want to make sure, it's not tipping too far to the back or tipping forward, right? You want this thing to level out and be fairly balanced. I've already got my rods in the right place to be able to do that. This is a base plate that I will link to down in the description. It is not from SmallRig. SmallRig does have one. Tilta does have one. Once again, those do cost quite a bit more. So this was just another third-party company that provided this product for a little bit cheaper than the other brands. And it is quite good quality still, so I am pleased with it. The other good thing about this is it does raise up and down. So this is very important for if you are using something like a follow focus system that is motorized, or even that's not motorized. If it has the gear system on there that's attached to the wheel, you might have to raise or lower this compared to where your lens is sitting, or else it might be interfering. It might be too high or too low. By loosening this at the back here, this can just raise and lower. So some of them are just kind of this base plate with the rails in the bottom and that's it, and they don't move. I don't really recommend those, but if it serves your purpose well, by all means you can get one like that. It also does have the Manfrotto quick release plate on here as well. It did come with it. So I'm gonna just go ahead and attach this to the bottom first so that we can then mount our camera onto the base plate. All right, and that is that. That seems to be quite secure on there now. So far, this rig, quite sturdy. Now we're gonna just mount this onto the base plate. It just slides right in, and then you just turn the knob to tighten it in place, and you're good to go. There we have it. We've got the first main section of this camera rig complete. You could use it this way if you wanted to. It would be a little silly to have the rails and all that. They can't really do much more, but this is where we start building it out because we have room to attach accessories and put things on here. All right, let's move this thing along. So the next thing we're gonna attach is a way to power the camera. So we now have a V-mount battery adapter. So I'll just break it down further into what each component is. So first things first, I've got myself a couple of these MPF style batteries. Now these are made for different cameras. Like there are certain Sony cameras and I believe some kind of maybe Canon cameras, correct me if I'm wrong, that can use these batteries. These definitely don't fit in the battery component in this camera here, but these are also useful for things like external lights. So if you mount them to a V-mount plate, like so, that's what this is right here, then it can go directly onto the back of a light. So I figured, I've already got a bunch of these because I use these to power my external monitors for my cameras. So I figured these are quite high capacity and this will add a lot of extra battery life to my camera. So I put the V-mount, I guess you want to call it that, or plate, on the V-mount battery adapter, which has these inputs in here, which allows you to plug things into them with like a DC input type adapters. So that just essentially connects like this. Snap the battery in, snap the other battery in, and that's essentially my battery pack for this rig. It has the little rail system here as well, which can then tighten. So that's what we end up putting on the back of the rails here. So these just slide on the back here. Just slides forward like so. Now I do try to get as close as possible to the camera. I end up just flipping out the camera screen, and then I'll bring this in a little bit closer just so I know how much room I have to play with. Okay, so that's in a decent place right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these knobs here so that it stays in place and doesn't slide. Okay, there we go. Now we're starting to get a nice little solid camera rig build out here. So now you might be wondering, how does this actually power the camera, we actually have to open the battery door at the bottom, take out the little rinky-dink battery that it comes with. These are crap. And you gotta grab one of these guys over here. This is what's called a dummy battery. So this is essentially the exact shape as the actual Sony battery that comes with the camera. This essentially goes directly in the battery door and plugs in to where the battery normally would. So it just snaps in place there, and then the door has to stay open and the wire must obviously hang out from there. The other end of this is just the DC connector type. So that is what has to now plug into the V-mount battery adapter. And then I like to feed it underneath the little flip out LCD screen here and let it just kind of sit in there and then plug it into the appropriate output. Now, this is where you have to be careful. Do not plug this in to the wrong input here. So there are different power inputs that are on this right here. So there is 5 volt out, there's 7.2 volt out, there's 12 volt out, and there's 15 volt out. For the Sony cameras, I know that it takes the 7.2 to I believe 8.4, something along those lines. So you have to make sure you're not going higher than that. So the next one above that is 12 volts. So if I plug it in there, it could potentially damage and fry my camera. So I have to make sure I'm putting that into the 7.2 volt input. And now we're gonna see if the camera turns on. And it does. We have power. So as we keep building out our rig, every new additional piece of equipment that is powered will be plugged into here. So now that the camera is powered, we are going to move on to the monitor. This is a monitor I've had for a while now. It is from World. It's a 7-inch monitor. I want something bigger. I want to be able to see it easily. I want to be able to focus properly when I'm, in the middle of a production or on set. So something like a 7-inch monitor is, I think, key to completing a rig like this. So this is where the monitor mount that I talked about earlier comes into play. So I'm gonna go ahead and just screw in the monitor. Okay, and there you have it. And see how we can just move this up and down like so. So this comes in handy, and I think it is. Now we need a way to power this as well. I'm going to use one of these DC cables to attach it to my DC 12 volt in on the monitor, which it does state right there. And it's gonna go plug directly into the 12 volt out port on the battery plate over here. So I'm gonna tuck that underneath, once again, my little screen there. I'm going to plug it in to the 12 volt out, and then I'm gonna pop this up into the DC 12 volt in on the monitor. And just like that, light lit up, we have power. We essentially have the camera and the monitor ready to go. All in all, this is already an awesome, decent camera system or camera rig right here. But we are gonna go one step further and finish it off with a couple other additional extra little goodies. Okay, so the first little addition we're gonna add on here is the ever so awesome little matte box from Tilta. So it is on the smaller side. It is their more affordable option for a matte box. So this basically comes with this adapter ring here. And I'm gonna put this on the front of my lens. So then all you have to do after that is make sure this little screw knob here is loose, and you just fit this right there on the front of the lens. So all you have to do is just rotate it to make sure it's straight, and you turn the little knob at the back to lock it in place. And now we've got a nice matte box attached to our system. As you can see, it just made this rig look 10 times cooler and 10 times more professional. It still looks good without it, but boy oh boy, does this thing look like a beast now. So we have one final badass accessory to add on to this kit, and that is the follow focus system by Tilta as well. And it allows you to change the focus when you're in manual focus mode. That way you don't have to hold the lens and turn it like that. You can mount this to the side of your cage there, and no matter how you're holding this, it's just a much easier way to turn and adjust your focus. So this is an absolutely awesome accessory, and I'm super pumped to fully play around with this and check it out. I will be doing a full review on both the follow focus and the matte box later on this month, so stay tuned for those. But in the meantime, I'm going to mount this to the mount that I did mention earlier that I already attached to my cage. So it just slides on in, then put the latch down to lock it in place, and that's good to go. Then we just take the little motor, make sure the knob is loosened, and we're gonna slide that on the rails right there. Then all you do is line it up the front of your lens there. Now, once again, mine's not set up right now. I don't have rings on this lens, but for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm gonna pretend I do and say that's the right spot, and then I'm gonna just lock it in place. And there you have it. There is the entire cinema rig build out from a mirrorless camera. This looks a lot different, a lot better, a lot more professional than just walking on set with a tiny little mirrorless camera. It makes things much more efficient for you when you're on set. So overall, if you've got the time and you've got the budget to invest in a little rig setup like this, I highly, highly recommend it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this is something that you want to experiment with and actually try out for yourself. I would love to see what you guys do with this. So if you do end up making your own camera rig system, or if you already have, share with me down in the comments below. Link to, a photo of it on Instagram or wherever else you have photos of your rig system. Just send them my way and show it to me. You can also contact me on Instagram at AlexSPerry, where you can just, once again, share some photos with me, share your rig, and we can just have a chat and conversation on all things camera and building out camera rigs like this. Thanks again for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button down below. Also, while you're at it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that little bell notification icon to get notified every single time I drop new videos like this one. There's lots more cool stuff coming your way, so make sure you stay tuned. I'm Alex Perry, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya!